Hey, it's me, Sai7, and welcome to part 49 of Limbus Company, and it's a Limbus Christmas, literally Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year's. But we've got the rerun for Miracle in District 20 today, where they've added voices to the Intervallo and a hard mode. So this should be pretty cool. I'm excited to see how this is going to go, because they are doing this for other Intervallos as well. We'll be pulling for the egos. Well, what do you mean pulling? Yo, I thought we got to unwrap our Ishmael and Gregor egos right away. It's Christmas. And surely... Well, it's a scam. Yeah, what is the pull rate for egos? Isn't it less than 1%? Be gone, Christmas. But they actually didn't put them in here. Oh no, no, it is a 1 week wait. Feels bad, man. That's it. Christmas is over. Pack it up. Nah, that's fine. We knew about that. Which does ruin a little bit of hype, but I would also remind people, do not pull for egos, dear lord. Where's the rate? Yeah, ego, oh, it is 1.3%. Yeah, don't do it. I don't even think these are very good. Yeah, no, these aren't. Stream's over. Pack it up. Damn, and the Ishmael one looks so cool too. Look at this. Eldritch monsters. I really like the background too. Christmas Nightmare. I'm curious, do you think this is an aberration for Spider Bud? The eyes kind of remind me of Spider Bud. Not so much the tentacles and stuff, but an edible. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone had a good one. Yeah, so I guess another thing to point out about not having the egos too is you're not going to be getting the bonus, so I wouldn't recommend actually trying to grind out the event until you get these, because the 40% gain is very, very nice. Alright, so how does this work? Wait, is there not a hard mode? What is this? Oh, it's down here. Okay. Ooh, I wonder what they're gonna do. Bottom left. Imagine knowing how to read. Okay, so I want to see what are the... What's the difference gonna be? So the enemies are level 40 in this. All right, let's begin. As our voyage on the Great Lake extends, the list of things to keep the sinners entertained grows ever smaller. So remember, this Intervallo happens right after Canto 5. And more specifically, right after the Mirror of the Lakes released. At least the Gnomes announcer is free. Oh, I didn't know that. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but...
있는 일 따윈 없다. 30번째 똑같은 말을 하는 것도 재주군. 혹시 말을 한 뒤에 곧바로 까먹기라도 하는 거라면
Man, I'm so glad these are voiced. It makes me really hyped for Murder on the Warp Express when it comes out.
정확히는 28번째. 30번이 채워지면 후두부에 손상이 있던 건 아닌지 확인하려던 참이었다.
안다고 알아. 얼마나 지루하면 내가 이러겠어. 할 게 없으니까 이러지. 100개만 게임도 이제 질렸다고.
Yo, backgammon's a good game though.
잘 됐네. 그러면 이 갈매기 밥 주는 거랑 꼬박꼬박 해줘. 너희들이 다 질려서 내가 도맡하고 있잖아.
My senior year, we played a ton of backgammon.
그러게. 어차피 후수를 벗어나면 원래 살던 곳으로 돌려보낼 거면서 왜 그렇게 정을 붙인 거예요?
아, 출근하잖아. 눈빛이 좀...
그냥 갈매기의 눈빛인데요.
It was abundantly clear that the sinners were starting to slowly expire from sheer boredom. Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution, and I had zero interesting stories to tell, considering that am amnesiac, so all I could do was sit here and watch the sinners suffer. I mean, he kind of always does that, no? Putting them through the daily trials of the mere dungeons wasn't the most exciting activity either. That's funny. Yeah, how often do you guys even go back and revisit the stories? Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, not that he was all calm and aloof, that is. Oh yeah, because his Kanto's coming up. Yeah, I usually only revisit stuff like, what, maybe a week after it comes out, just to see if I pick up on anything new. I'd say he's anxious.
저기,
Trying to muster up the courage to talk to Virgil.
벨길리우스.
Never really revisit the stories once you've done them. Yeah, like I said, I like to go back and see just if I've missed anything or if anything new kind of pops out at me. Which does happen every now and then. No. This is the ID interaction. Yeah, that's a good reason to do it too. A frosty silence descended upon the sinners. And the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes.
히스클리프? 미쳤나요? 드디어?
면담의 부작용인가? 겁대가리 상실증 그런 거야?
A sense of self-preservation loss syndrome. Heathcliff.
좀 다물어봐. 미친 것도 아니고 그때거리 사라진 것도 아니니까.
제법이군, 히스클리프. 이 기행을 지나오면서 지금 이 순간만큼 놀라운 일은 드물었는데. 말해, 왜 나를 불렀지?
다음으로 가는 건 T사 맞지?
내가 굳이 대답해야 하나?
Yeah, you know, it actually is crazy seeing revenge on his bat too. That kind of just hit me.
당신 알잖아. 내가 왜 이러는지.
뭐 조급해하지 않아도 된다. 이놈이나 저놈이나 그걸 잘 못하는 것 같지만
Virtue?
흐름대로라면 네 약속에 늦는 일은 결코 없을 테니.
Since I had no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratched the back of his head. I'm still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something if he's willing to talk to Virgilius first. And after all that...
아니, 약속보다 중요한 게...
Oh, I think the "and after all that's" referring to him stealing the hair coupons and giving us the Ricardo fight. Heathcliff turned around to face us. Man, good times.
야, 너네들 중에 혹시 뭐 T사랑 관련된 놈 손 좀 들어봐.
손 들었소. 알다시피 과거에 T사에 잠시 살았던 적은 있소만.
아니, 당신은 지나왔잖아. 그럼 역시 곧 있으면. 하지만 아직도 이 정신 나간 호수 한가운데가. 시계 대가리, 지금이 며칠이더라?
How would I know? Yeah, he's a clock, not a calendar.
뭐? 시계 달고 있는데 왜 날짜를 몰라?
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. But clocks and calendars are completely different things.
아우 히스, 한숨만 벌써 30번째야. 버스 바닥 좀 확인해봐. 쟤 때문에 움푹 파였을 것 같으니까.
말해요, 히스클리프. 그쪽에 차례가 온 거죠?
Calendar head, imagine.
무엇이 됐든 준비가 필요한 거고요.
이 정도면 뭐 숨길 것도 없겠네.
After some time,
그러니까 요약하자면 아무래도 이스마엘 다음은 히스클리프 차례인 것 같고, 그 근거가 될 만한 물건을 저번 면담 때 베르길리우스에게 전달받았고, 그 물건에 의하면 T사에 갈 때 멋지게 차려입을 옷이나 꾸미는 작업이 필요한데,
계속 호수에 떠 있으니까 마음이 초조해져서 대체 어떻게 해야 할지 모르겠다는 거군요.
그래, 그러니까.
근데 그건 뭐 육지에 내리거나 해야 해결할 수 있는 일 아닌가?
아우, 뭘 그런 걸 가지고 얼을 타고 있어. 헬스, 육지에만 내리면 그런 건 내가 도와줄 테니까 걱정하지 말라고.
애초에 육지에 언제 내릴 줄 알고.
kind of ironic that Roddy said that about Heathcliff, huffing and puffing, considering he distorts into a certain animal, and the huff and puff bit is more or less from this story about. Oh yeah, you think this was foreshadowing? The three pigs and whatnot? Yeah, I could see that.
단테, 수감자들의 예정된 업무 시간에 도달했습니다.
Oh yeah. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. I reflexively said my usual routine piece as the light alarm played. Maybe crazy for thinking about that though. I mean, I feel like you can kind of connect the dots for a ton of different things, and it may or may not have been intentional on Project Moon's part. I mean, it's so hard to know because they do connect stuff back from like the beginning of the game.
뭐 대드는 게 아니었다는 건 다행이네요.
I mean, I almost wonder if some people still didn't realize that the Panther, Lion, and Wolf are a part of the Purple Terror's gang. Sinners each got up from their seats, yawned and stretched, and one by one disappeared into the back door.
시계 대가리에 대가리만 없는 게 아니라 눈치도 없었던 거냐?
Sorry. But Gregor isn't completely wrong, is he?
말이라도 좀.
You'd be surprised that they didn't even realize that yet? I don't know, I feel like not as many... I don't know, there's gotta be like a subsect of people who just do not interact with any social media and just play games. But you know, honestly, can't really blame them. Virgil and Charon also walked into the back door, mocking grins on their faces. And I was left alone in the ship's cabin, standing awkwardly next to severely crestfallen Heathcliff. Wait. There was another. So weird seeing Don Quixote. I can't wait till the next like actual story bit after Canto 7
너는 왜 여기 남아 있냐?
just to see what she's like now.
만날 수 있다는 해결사 나으리들에 대해 떠들러 가야지.
Wasn't exactly secretive, was it? I mean, I don't think it's something I caught on my very first playthrough. Like, I don't remember mentioning it on stream. Or not in the very first stream I did. I think maybe I did in the second. Man, that was like 2 years ago.
그런 거야. 나중에 해도 충분하오. 그보다 히스클리프군 내게 잘 보이는 것이 좋을 거요.
Only people you've seen that didn't realize were the ones that never played lore. There is a ton of people who are only playing Limbus, apparently.
이게 뭐라고?
잠시만. 이야기가 안 끝났어. 관리자 나리와 이리로 조용히 오게나.
Don Quixote wore a confident smile. She slowly, gingerly walked over to presently and temporarily vacant Charon's seat and whispered ever so silently to us.
본인에게 기가 막힐 수가 있다네.
Oh no. A plan most ingenious, huh? Well, that's nice. We get lunacy from doing the hard mode too.
그래서 기가 막힌 수라는 건 뭐냐?
Like today, you saw someone asking if they were supposed to know who the voice was. Yeah, I mentioned that the last stream too, where people are like, who the hell is Carmen? And I'm just... I don't know. That sends me into a state of like just being flabbergasted. Carmen, who dat? I don't think there were words in this world expressive enough to describe that look on Heathcliff's face. It was certain that he had very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans, but there was this sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote might rise to the occasion for once. Rise to the occasion, you say? It is unclear whether Heathcliff's internal struggle mattered much to Don Quixote, however. She began excitedly describing her plan.
히스클리프군, 그대는 제바제 협회 출신인 아주 옛날에 존재했던 전설의 해결사 붉은 주머니를 아시는가?
Oh, I forgot about this. I actually did not recall that the red sack was from the Deviat Association. Huh, cool.
붉은 뭐 베르길리우스 같은 그런 거냐?
Yeah, I guess not to like shit on people for not knowing stuff, because I am glad that people are asking questions. That's nice.
붉은 주머니는 조수인 사슴맨과 함께 도시 곳곳을 누비며 어떠한 가혹함이 있는 곳이더라도 반드시 배달 업무를 해냈다고 전해지네.
Reindeer Man.
특히 크리스마스엔 어떤 대가도 받지 않고 도시의 착한 아이들에게 선물을 나누어 줬다고 하지.
You already know if that ever becomes an identity, it's going to Gregor.
해결사 잡지에서 매년 겨울에 표지로 등장하시는 분이건만 어찌 모르는가?
Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know of this red sack.
내가 그런 걸 왜 보냐?
어허, 그런 거라니. 관리자 나리, 그대는 들어보았겠지?
This line's so funny. Hold on. Imagine he could have stopped after just, what makes you think I'd ever read? Knocked on my ticking clock head. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her.
결국 아무도 구독하지 않았단 말인가? 그렇게 부르짖으며 자네들에게 열심히 홍보했건만. 아무튼 중요한 건 우리 히스클리프 군이 누구에게도 꿀리지 않을 빼어나고 멋들어진 단장을 해야 한다는 점 아니겠는가?
in a live stream of yours long ago. Do you happen to by chance recall when you said you'd be getting Steam Deck to try and play Lobotomy Corp? You're here to say it works? No way. I feel like I remember that, and I probably asked whether or not, dude, your Steam Deck's just gonna catch on fire, right? Has it? The PNG suppression? Okay, did it catch on fire during that? Because there's no way.
이제야 이야기가 본론으로 들어가네. 계속해봐.
You're all the way down to TIFF suppression and all the others? Damn. Yeah, I imagine I probably told the story of me playing it on a gaming laptop and getting a blue screen because of Blue Star.
본인은 아주 잘 알고 있네. 그 꽃단장을 참고할 최고의 롤 모델이 바로 붉은 주머니와 조수 사슴맨의 복장이란 걸.
Or not getting a blue screen, thinking I was gonna get a blue screen because it didn't actually happen. But dear lord, it was down to like maybe 10 frames per second. Man. Steam Deck is fine. It's the... what is that? TB1 OLED Steam Deck model? In short, the most expensive. Not to mention you added mods. The Nexus mods work. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. I think one of the best mods, probably the only one I'd recommend, is to lessen some of the enemies' HP, because they do get a little grindy.
느낌싸한데.
It doesn't lag whatsoever? Man, that's crazy.
그 석양의 어쩌고들 같이 괴상한 옷을 입은 거 아니냐?
전혀 괴상하지 않네. 그리고 석양의 해결사 코스프레를 해주지도 않았으면서 어떻게 그리 말할 수 있는가? 제대로 입어보지도 않고 그런 말을 하면 안 되는 것이란 말이네.
Wait, so on the Steam Deck, do you not have issues like managing your people? I really just cannot fathom fighting certain things. God, that actually sounds insane.
되게 거들먹거리길래 혹시나 했는데.
When you saw suppression plus Blue Star plus White Knight plus any Midnight.
지금은 그럴 힘도 없으니까 일단 5대 달아놔라.
Yeah, how is that not the 6th trumpet? Do you know, it doesn't Lobotomy Corp, it goes up to 7 trumpets, but you only ever get 4 in the game, because the rest are basically saying humanity is doomed. When the sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade. Yeah, I think that's something that's only mentioned in the art book. Maybe get that mod, though it is pretty funny having a mod that allows you to have 5 ego weapons and suits for each abnormality. Can you imagine 5 Paradise Lost? Oh, that's so OP. Only one issue, that being you can't redirect your nuggets into different rooms or elevators, you have to send them to suppress certain abnos to have them move out from their place. Oh man, that actually sounds so tough. So I'm guessing, do you already know about all the endgame stuff for Lobotomy Corp? Because I do have another question to ask, but I don't want to spoil anything.
뭐?
해결사들이 우스꽝스러웠는가? 떠올리시게. 오히려
Yeah, it's on the art book.
정돈된 차림이 아니었는가? 눈과 마음을 열고 단호하게 말해보시게.
K사에서 봤던 그 쫄쫄이는 다시 생각해도 웃긴데?
You do know about the end stuff? So, do you think you're going to be able to complete the Hakma suppression without being able to pause? That actually, man, I really don't know. I feel like you'd have to do some cheese strategies for that.
아니, 지금 브리티시는 우습지 않소. 그 코스튬 멋있잖소. 그 소재에 대해 말하자면
Siegfried was dashing? Okay, but would Sancho say that?
실례했어. 에이? 돌아오시오.
But Alverna? Not to mention you watched your playthrough of it first.
아직 말이 안 끝났단 말이오.
That's so long ago.
오늘따라 왜 이렇게 팔팔한 거야?
물론 지크프리트 씨 같은 스페셜한 분도 있지만 대부분의 해결사는 멋있게 차려입고 무엇보다 고귀하지 않았는가?
Thinks they're actually kind of confident that the Alchemist expression wouldn't be that bad. You know, pausing will randomly kill someone. Yeah. Does it kill or does it... Or does it reduce the counter on abnormality? Man, it's been so long since I played Lobotomy Corp 2. Anytime someone talks about it, I'm like, man, I should actually play that again. And then the PTSD hits. I'm like, oh no, that's a horrible idea.
고기? 그건 잘 모르겠고 그럴싸한 옷을 입고 있는 사람도 있었던 것 같기도.
But Dirtbrook, you were trying to find anything that pointed out Kim's height, the Blade Lineage guide, since you wanted to cosplay him, but the art book doesn't say it.
바로 그거요. 본인을 잘 따라와주기만 한다면 그들의 멋있는 복장을 그대로 채워낼 수 있어.
For bamboo-hatted Kim? If it doesn't say it in the art book, maybe you could go into the... Maybe a way to find out. Because in Ruina, isn't there a measurement for characters? You could remake the character in Ruina to get a rough estimate, and I think it does have a height counter.
그런가? 아이, 젠장. 반박하려고 해도 내가 옷이나 꾸미는 거에 대해 뭘 알아야지. 그래서 그런 옷들을 어디서 구하는데? 솔직히 아까 다른 놈들이 말한 대로 육지에 가기 전에 뭘 구하기도 어렵잖아.
본인이 다 그것까지 생각하여 말하는 것이네. 어제 이 버스 안에 경보가 울렸던 것을 기억하는가?
Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. Went off not long before I announced the close of business for the day. Faust said that the backdoor volatility wasn't anything for us to worry about.
본인은 궁금했네. 도당체 파우스트군은 무엇을 보고 그렇게 판단하는지. 그래서 다들 뒷문으로 들어가려 소란스러울 때 조심스럽고도 은밀히 이 몸 홀로 앞으로 나아가 그 화면을 들여다보고 말았지.
I feel like I asked before what all these heads were supposed to be too. Yeah, Snowman, Snowflake, Santa, exclamation point, question mark. So you took a peep at the screen.
그 복잡한 기호들을
Do you get back into lobotomy? Why not consider using some of KYG's mods? Overhaul and remake ego weapons to make them more unique and have interactions with each other. Oh yeah, all the stickers too. Little spider cat. AO. Is that a tongue? Ew. I don't know if I noticed that before. This looks like the ghost face mask. A brain being stabbed.
본인도 알아챌 것이라는 생각을 갖고 들여다본 것은 아니었다만.
Foreshadowing for hurting teddy bear from Kanto 7. Everything's foreshadowing.
거기에 있었던 문양은 의외로 추측하기 쉽더군. 바로 붉은 주머니와 사슴맨의 상징. 그리고 얇고 멋들어진 옷을 의미하는 문양이 있었던 게지.
그렇게 간단할 리가.
Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agreed with Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that.
알고 있는가? 뒷문 안에 있는 무수한 문들에는 문양이 종종 나타난다는 것을.
뭐?
쉬러 갈 때마다, 지나칠 때마다, 생각날 때마다 본인은 그걸 유심히 지켜보았지. 그리고 바로 어제 그 화면에 나타났던 문양과 완전히 같은 것이 있는 문을 복도에서 찾았네.
Don Quixote, you didn't.
미안하네, 관리자 나리. 본인에게 잘못이 있다면 이 끓어오르는 모험 기제를 죽이지 못한 것일 테지. 하지만 그 문을 아주 잠깐, 아주 살짝만 열고 내부를 관찰했을 때
So remember the pain that you suffered to play this Intervallo? Wait, what do you mean? I don't remember this one being that bad.
본인의 모든 추리와 추측이 맞아 떨어졌다는 말을 듣는다면 정상 참작을 부탁할 수 있지 않겠는가?
대체 이 새끼는 하지 말라는 걸 왜 자꾸 하는 거야?
Muppet? Alright, Heathcliff, I just don't understand why some people keep doing things that everyone tells them not to. Yeah, what the heck, man? Oh yeah, the hair coupon. Heathcliff, who are you? Remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went into the restricted areas past the area of the corridor that we were allowed to use? Oh yeah, that too. We almost lost Heathcliff that day. It was a tad different this time, however. Back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door. And this time, we do. Are you suggesting that we call everyone over to explore that place?
아니, 우리 셋으로 족하지 않겠는가? 셋이면 딱 적당하다네. 모든 이야기는 항상 셋에서 시작하지.
All tales begin with a party of three indeed? Dude, no, wait, do you think this was foreshadowing for Don Quixote, Sancho, and Rocinante? You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you?
무슨 소린지 모르겠군.
The answer to this predicament was right there. Tell them that it's too dangerous and shove them back into their respective rooms to rest up for tomorrow.
관리자 나리, 그 안은 정말 평화로운 것 같아 보였어.
The download took you almost 2 hours. You had to play on your phone and you didn't have internet. You didn't have very good Heathcliff identity at the time. Yeah, back in Canto 5, I mean, the Quad Heathcliff would have been out by this time.
우리는 그저 히스클리프 군이 입으로 몇 벌을 가지고 나오면 그만일 뿐이지 않은가?
I think? I actually don't remember when that released. It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of pure kindness of her heart. Maybe she hungered for an adventure. Or maybe she thought she might be able to do that cosplay of the fixer she so admired. But if we can find Heathcliff some nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then maybe I can do something about this before things get out of control, like it did last time when I just let a sinner's anxiety stew and exacerbate. Fine, but we're turning around at the first sign of danger.
진심으로 하는 말이냐?
Come on, you were willing to do it if it meant that you could pick up some clothes.
뭐 시계 대가리까지 붙으면
Yeah, he was already out. I think that would have been his best identity at the time then.
잘 결정했어. 그럼 오늘 밤 관리자 나리의 방문 앞에서 우리가 문을 똑똑똑똑 하고 두들기면 나리께서는 암으로.
Okay, that was cute.
잘 결정했어. 그럼 오늘 밤 관리자 나리의 방문 앞에서 우리가 문을 똑똑똑똑 하고 두들기면 나리.
Man, she's such a character. Really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agreed on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. Yeah, we get to hear the gnomes. Okay, so it is level 50. Oh, I already know we're going bad end identities for this. Oh, or just Don Quixote. A dark, silent night. All are sound asleep.
모두 모였는가?
가서 별거 없기만 해봐.
한치의 거짓도 없다네. 자, 이쪽으로.
We quietly and sneakily followed Don Quixote, taking care to not make a noise. Are we really crossing this line?
아이씨, 내가 이거 넘었다가 어떻게 된 줄 모르냐?
본인은 다르네. 그저 이 선 넘어 오른쪽 복도를 조금만 따라가서 바로 앞에 있는 문을 열기만 하면.
Yeah, the whispering's so funny. So, these are the symbols she was talking about. Past the door, through the window, the symbols Don Quixote mentioned shimmered. Symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a wrapped present, and what appeared to represent fancy clothes. So, they're the red sack and the reindeer man symbols?
다른 건 몰라도 네 녀석이 이런 걸 헷갈릴 리는 없겠지. 연다.
Huh? Hold on. Before we even had the chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged into the door. And we found ourselves almost getting dragged in by his sheer fervor. Found ourselves in a rather sizable room. This place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Warm, cozy lighting reflected off the wooden flooring, and a maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is... a factory?
그러하네.
저것들은 또 뭐냐? 조그마한 꼬맹이 같은 게.
Oh, the gnomes.
이보게! 이 돈키호테가 왔네!
이 새끼 뭐 하는 거야?
The little figures Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. They all froze for a moment before turning around in our direction. They weren't humans, that's for sure.
아, 가만히 있어 보게. 본인이 다 이야기해둔 것들이 있다네.
What do you mean, Don Quixote? What happened to the sneakiest of peaks?
야, 시계 대가리. 뭐가 온다.
A small, but larger than others around it, figure scurried over and stood before us.
아이고, 돈키호테 나으리가 오셨음. 이번에도 예상하지 못했던 곳에서 갑자기 뿅 나왔음.
They sound so funny. Who's this, Don Quixote?
우리에게 멋진 선물을 주실 분일세.
Rubbed his hands, or what I assume to be hands, together, looked up at us and started.
반갑숨. 돈키호테 나으리의 친구 되시는 분들인가 보.
Friendoms.
저는 도도루라고 하옴. 이 선물 공장에서 선물을 만드는 일을 하는 로미움.
I can't tell. I'm gonna have to go back. The way they're talking, it kind of reminds me of the oh, what are they called? The smoke guys from Ruina. I'd have to double check that. A gnome?
그렇네. 놈일세.
Was that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes anyway? So they're not humans, right?
그렇소. 이들은 사람이 아니라 놈이니까 말이오.
그렇다움. 인간은 아닌 것이오. 헤음헤음.
도시엔 인간만 있을 수 있다고 들었던 것 같은데.
They're not abnormalities or distortions either. There's something else.
도시? 역시나.
how Don Quixote even came across them at first. Oh, because she's been in here before.
뭐 사람인지 아닌지가 중요하겠는가? 중요한 건 어떤 마음으로 어떤 일을 하는가일세.
맞는 말씀이용 나으리.
Didn't that Dodoru gnome say something weird about the city just now?
나만 그렇게 느낀 거 아니지?
그보다옹
So, Dodoru, cut in our conversation.
친구분들께서는 원하시는 선물이 있으신지요? 이를테면 멋진 옷이라던가 강력한 무기라던가 맛있는 과자도 있다옹.
Oh, they got cookies? Oh, they can't be evil at all.
멋진 옷? 있는 거냐?
You do know that, sure. I mean, she probably just asked them what they were, and they're like, yeah, we're gnomes. And she's like, okay. It just goes along with it, doesn't ask any further questions.
관심 가는 게 있으신 거였나 보. 자자자자. 그럼 잠시 이쪽으로.
The squeaky feet. The gnome said something about introducing us to the reception hall and led us to a certain room in his scurrying gait. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall.
여기 따뜻한 벽난로도 있고 탁자도 있고 참으로 따뜻하고 아늑한 공간이로군.
Seems like a very Don Quixote thing. Yeah.
거기에 더해 맛있는 다과도 준비해 두었음. 조금만 기다리시면 금방 원하시는 선물을 가져다 드리겠습니다.
Gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room. Our reception hall is usually this barren? I've never been in one before, so I had no idea if this was what they were supposed to look like. I had to ask. Especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, that there was something off about this whole situation. No.
요새는 이런 감성도 유행이라는 말을 들은 것 같소.
나도 들은 적 있어. 뭐 공사 하다가 만 것 같은 곳에 대충 물건 몇 개 쌓아두는 게 더 인기가 있다던데.
Is that what this is?
관리자 나리는 마음 놓으시게. 본인이 책임지고 멋진 선물을 받아낼 것이니.
여차하면 들고 나를 수도 있을 거고 슬쩍 보니 번쩍번쩍한 게 고급스러운 물건들을 포장하는 것 같았다고.
He's already talking about stealing stuff. Heathcliff, no.
도둑질은 안 돼요. 벌써 헤어 쿠폰 데이를 잊었는가?
Yeah, tell him, Don Quixote.
알았어.
Imagine Ricardo, but as a gnome, shows up. Dude, we don't want that. Dear Lord. Heathcliff was as foul-mouthed as always, but it was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe the fact that we're here, about to find what we're looking for, was a comforting thought. Heathcliff, is it that important that you dress well for this occasion? Rather delicate but gently smoldering hearth, calm, silent air. The perfect atmosphere to bring up uncomfortable subjects for some honest heart-to-heart. Or is someone waiting for you there? Someone who you'd like to dress up for?
뭐 아예 틀린 말은 아니긴 한데.
Ricardo.
비밀 이야기인가?
Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged her chair up close to Heathcliff.
나는 보란 듯이 성공해서 돌아가야만 해. 적어도 예전에 굴러먹던 그 망나니 히스클리프라고 생각할 수는 없도록. 그러니까 고급스럽고 멋진 옷으로 그럴싸하게 보이는 건 내게 엄청 중요한 거라고.
누군가 그들을 배 아프게라도 했는가?
Is this about revenge? Like Ishmael?
복수.
Heathcliff leaned back on his chair. It creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. I don't remember, when this initially came out, did it even have sound effects like that? I don't remember. There was a look of deep introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves me right, a first.
뭐 복수라면 복수겠네. 근데 후회하게 해주겠다. 그게 더 맞는 것 같아.
Can't remember. I'll write that down because I actually want to double check.
나는 거기서 날 무시했던 놈들도 죄다 짓밟아 줄 거야. 나를 선택하지 않았던 걸 땅을 치고 후회할 수밖에 없도록. 사실은 누구보다도 어울리는 사람이었다는 걸 캐시에게 증명할 거라고.
Kathy. Heathcliff's eyes tremble a little as he speaks her name. He's mentioned that name before. His eyes trembled then, too. This Kathy must be someone pretty important to you.
당연하지. 무진장 중요하지.
So, what happened between the two of you? Between you and Kathy?
정확히 말하면 캐서린이지. 캐시라고도 부르는 거고. 길고 골치 아픈 이야기야.
이 돈키호테의 감히 그 사람이 히스클리프 군의 연인이라고 외치고 있어.
Wait, is that what she is to you?
아니야. 그런 것까지 아니야. 그렇다고 볼 수도 있을지도. 모르지만.
You know, it is actually kind of nice knowing what we know and then coming back to this stuff too. Because this is kind of cute. He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. While his disposition was as brusque as always, I could clearly see that he couldn't stop himself from smiling from a mere mention of her name. That gave me more than enough answers. But also pretty tragic too. Every sinner had a reason for joining Limbus Company, so maybe Heathcliff joined a Limbus Company for this Kathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of a person she might be, though. Someone that special, that precious to Heathcliff.
왜 그렇게 아련한 말투냐? 징그럽게.
Now, I do this not out of my obligations as the manager, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out, so that you can be the best man you can be for her. Also, this is kind of ironic. Don't be so over-dramatic. That ain't me. This man is the most dramatic person in his canto. Like, out of pretty much all the sinners, right? So far.
그렇소. 다 함께.
If I can't have her, no one can.
멋쟁이가 돼.
Thunk. Heard a door open in that very moment. True. It's so funny. It wasn't at the reception hall door. That one was made of wood, and wouldn't make the sound that I just heard. So we got blood over here. Not a good sign at all. The sound came from over there, away from us, from a dark corner of the room. Then, we heard sounds of metal scraping against wood. It was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So those were sleigh marks, huh? A huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor. On the marks that were already on the floorboards, it was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. But they were all littered with flesh and blood. Why does it sound so cute, dude?
도도로, 다음 선물 재료를 갖고 왔음.
Oh, I love these guys.
허리가 다 쑤숑. 조금만 참으라옴. 그래도 선물 받을 친구들을 생각하면 뿌듯해서 고생은 금방 잊지 않겠음.
I love the voice acting for these things.
맞음.
Hear, hear. A gaggle of gnomes who were walking in our direction as they clattered and gossiped froze in place upon noticing us.
왜 농땡이를 피고 있는 것이옴?
That's so funny. Well, they are small gremlins. Man, you know, I feel like... I don't know. I kind of always imagined them having... like, their voices being even more squeakier and kind of more unison, but them all being a bit different is interesting.
거기서 수다 떨지 말고 좀 더 오라옴. 이번엔 양도 많고 몇 마리는 살려서 데려왔다옴.
I think I saw some sacks on the sleigh move. No, they were thrashing, like something was trying to escape. Is that...
야, 모기 잡아라.
왜 그렇게 심각한 얼굴인 겐가? 저들은 그저 열심히 일을... 거기 누가 있는 거죠? 살려주세요! 여기서 꺼내줘요!
Oh, crayon, right?
기쁘고 신나는 날이옴. 이놈은 싱싱한 놈인데 다음. 이럴 수가.
You wanted them to have a really deep voice, even deeper than Mersault? Yeah, that would be funny too. It's just the complete contradiction between what they look like and how they sound. Yeah, that'd be great too.
그런데 저것들 인간인가 봄.
They squeak?
도도로 실장이 잡아온 건가요? 어디서 저렇게 멀쩡하게 인간을 데려온 거지요?
자네들 설마...
아이고.
I could hear a familiar voice coming from the other door, and the room as Don Quixote stood there flabbergasted.
도도루가 실수를 저질러 버렸음. 저것들을 다른 창고로 보내야 했는데 말이움.
Blunderome?
너무 신경 쓰지 마시라움. 놈들끼리 하는 재밌는 놀이일 뿐이움. 아무 의미 없음.
That's your excuse?
도도로공.
도도루 듣고 있음.
저 주머니에 들어있는 게 무엇인가?
그냥 선물 재료일 뿐인 것이움. 그나저나 돈키호테 나으리 요청하셨던 멋진 옷들을 제가 준비해 놓았단 말이움. 지금 바로 입으러.
그 재료라는 게 뭐란 말인가?
Oh, do you think that the clothes he was gonna get for us was like skin?
도도루 거짓말하기 지쳤음. 인간이잖아, 인간. 니놈들 같은 인간. 너희들 다른 창고로 들이라고 내가 나갈 때 말했음.
Like Anderson in Fate, cute little boy with the voice of Dio. Hold on, what is... I have to see what Anderson looks like now. You're saying this dude has a voice like Dio? You know, I've read in writing that making contradictions like that, it's actually pretty impactful. It's like more memorable for people, which I can see why.
우리 공장 장난감 선물을 기다리는 많은 이웃에게 실망만 배송하고 싶은 것인가움?
미안하오.
Oh, all's forgiven.
공장장님께 기대하시라고 그렇게나 말했는데요.
He's voiced by Dio's voice actor, literally. And that's awesome. Yeah, I still need to finish JoJo's. What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it.
네가 하는 생각 나도 똑같이 하고 있으니까 그딴 한숨 쉴 거면 어떻게 싸워야 할지 고민이나 한 번 더 하라고. 알았냐?
Yeah, and sitting here and feeling sorry for myself won't do anything. It never did. Gallop on, Dante! Got it.
모두 도구 꺼내라움. 이것이 바로 산지직송 아니겠음? 그래, 시원하게 덤벼라 이 땅꼬마 괴물들아!
어떤 상황이 닥쳐도 포기하지 마세라. 저들의 공격은 우리의 투지를 꿰뚫을 수 없을 테니.
Yeah, so I think the only thing that's changed is the level. Yeah, I think these numbers are the same too. Cool. God, I love this theme too.
자세를 갖추고 저들을 맞이하세. 우리를 가로막는 저 시련을 해치우고 끝나지 않아 모험을 향하여. 두려움을 모르는 건 나쁘지 않습니다만.
Oh, they kept this in the wave format?
전 빠지겠습니다.
Alright, Dawn, you gotta start winning these clashes. Or just heal.
저대로 돌려보낼 생각은 아니시죠? 확실히 처리해야 합니다.
Finish the event doing Mirror Dungeon 5 hard now.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다. 어차피 이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까.
You can see that if you already did the event before, you don't need to farm a lot. Wait, do the rewards not repeat? I actually didn't read the patch notes.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
You're able to buy half of the everything from just doing the stages with the bonus from the old egos. I don't think I have those equipped.
저대로 돌려보낼 생각은 아니시죠? 확실히 처리해야 합니다. 지긋지긋한 전투가 드디어 하나 끝났네요. 꿰뚫려라.
Only because you can't buy Heath's Ego, the banner, and the theme again. I guess that's nice. You know, I guess thinking about it, if they're doing reruns, they should probably add a little more to it, huh? I mean, I guess I don't really mind. Gotta dip. Alright, see ya, Unedible. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Yeah, I think I might have freaked out my parents though, when I was leaving. Because I just got up abruptly, right? Sending presents and stuff flying around everywhere. I screamed, "It's Limbus Christmas time!" You know, Leviathan starts playing in the background and then I run out the door. And then now we're here streaming.
이놈들 진짜 죽일 듯이 달려들었다고.
본인의 불찰이요.
No, Don Quixote! Lol, true story. My mom sent me a text, but I did not respond. So if the police show up wondering what the hell is happening... Light of confidence had completely faded from Don Quixote's face, so did her enthusiastic voice. No, I should have thought this plan through. Well, if we were to find someone to blame, the biggest fault would lie with me, the manager. Maybe I should have turned around the moment I sensed that something was off. You just said it's a Limbus time and left, what a Chad. Yeah man, they gotta know what's up. Although whether or not they even know what that is, I couldn't tell you. Like, what the hell? With that, Don Quixote marched toward the now abandoned sleigh. Several mutilated bodies tumbled to the ground as soon as Don Quixote undid the knot tying the sack. Yeah, in my rush, the Christmas tree might have caught on fire too. But you know, what can you do when Limbus calls? Which actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've missed a single update, like streaming the update on the day it came out since the game launched. Yo, that's dedication. There were a total of 7 or so people in the sack, but they were all missing a few limbs. They were barely breathing, and some of them had already perished. I've never seen their style of clothing before. Looks like we were pretty far from where we were. I've seen similarly worn and torn clothing in the back streets, but the clothing they wore was of materials and styles that I'd not seen before. The back door must have sent us pretty far. Faust did tell me that each district within the city had different cultures and such, so...
알바냐? 저것들도 조만간 숨이 끊길 거야. 시계를 돌려줄 수 있는 것도 아니고. 빨리 돌아가기나 하자.
아니, 여기 이 사람은 멀쩡한 것 같네. 이보게, 정신 차리게. 그대가 아까 도움을 요청하던 자인가?
By the way, did you see your Steam recap? No. What's that?
당신들은 누구세요? 오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니 가릴 것 없이 마음껏 마셔.
I need to put that on and cannot deploy. What does this bleed? I think we can still change it and it'll count though. You know, I am kind of bummed that we're not getting like a Ruth Alta ego. Could you imagine that creepy little thing coming in here? Being an ego in Limbus? God, that thing is uncanny. I hate it so much.
소재가 준비됐어?
자, 해골바가
투입이군요. 슈트가 실시.
옷차림이 특이하신 분들이네요.
Played Limbus for 223 consecutive days. Think it's called Steam Replay? Where do you find that? I guarantee you I played Let's see. Yeah, it would have been out for the whole, probably 365 days. I don't think I missed a daily. The child was dressed in torn and faded clothing. From the way she looked at us, I could tell that she found us rather fascinating. She soon woke up from her momentary shock.
아무튼 구해주셔서 감사합니다. 저는 크레용이라고 해요. 그리고
Yeah, I did remember.
이빨 태양.
The kid pointed at me and backed away in terror. Yeah, so the clockwork teeth is something that's mentioned in Rerun when Argalia visits the old lobotomy corp in the outskirts, or whatever's left of it.
뭔 뚱딴지 같은 소리야. 저건 시계 대가리라고.
My name's Dante.
시계 대가리? 이빨 태엽은 시계같이 생겼다고 들었는데 하긴 이빨 태엽은 여기보다 저 밑에 있다고 했으니까.
The old laboratory? Was it not their old branch? I thought it was.
그렇다면 처음 보는 괴물이네요. 괴물 아닐세. 저분은 우리의 자랑스러운 관리자 나리시니까.
Thanks for the intro, I guess.
하지만 째깍거리는 소리밖에 안 들리는데. 그건 사정이 있으셔서. 아무튼 몸은 괜찮은 겐가? 아, 네. 같이 끌려오신 분들은 아닌 것 같지만.
The child looks at the mutilated corpses with a despondent look on her face. Activity cast a sympathetic gaze.
이들은 모두 같은 마을의 이웃이었다는 것인 건가? 네. 하지만 곧 저희 마을에서 사냥꾼을 보내주실 거예요. 그분들이 오신다면 어떻게든 여기서.
Hunters? I wasn't sure what exactly she was talking about, so I was about to ask her what she meant. But this reception hall, storage room, suddenly began to fill with gas of unknown origin.
이건 또 뭐야?
입을 막으시오.
An odd plume of gas, its hue red and green, begins to fill the room. Well, hold on, Christmas-themed stuff can't be bad.
이 용기는 제가 납치될 때랑
The three of them, including Crayon, passed out and slumped to the floor. Yeah, something like this has happened before, when we walked right into a room full of toxic gas, which killed everyone. Oh yeah, what was that one character's name? The one that left us during that? Is he had the only gas mask? Started with an H, was it like Harold? Something like that? Dude, I hope that guy shows up again in the future. Looks like this gas only knocked him out, though. That's a relief, at least. Hopkins, there you go. Man. Oh, you know what? That also kind of reminds me, can you imagine what Hubert's gonna sound like when TKT gets its voices? Hubert talking fast as the wind. Guess I should consider myself lucky that my clockhead isn't affected by these things. I gotta hide. Oh no, not the clown shoes! As soon as I hid myself in a corner, a crowd of gnomes rushed through the same door Dodoru came in from. Gas masks, so they use sleeping gas on us. He's gonna be the next Eminem. Man.
이건 도도로 실장이었던 것이지 않음?
Or like isn't there a video of the like fastest talking guy in the world? He claims to be, and then when it's slowed down, it's just him like saying gibberish. It's not even words. That is an old video. I think it's from like the early 2000s.
여기저기 상태 좋은 걸 가져왔다고 자랑을 하고 다니더만 결국 이 꼬라지인 것이오. 한 놈, 두 놈, 세 놈. 수는 맞는 것 같음.
Their voices are so good.
잠가루로 재웠으니 품질은 큰 문제 없을 거다.
Imagining a Sly slash very fast, like my Hiroshi. Also, imagine we met those people again in like Kanto 30 and we're just like fucking star of the city or something. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm really excited for the future of the company.
자, 얼른 옮기시오.
Yeah, what other characters are you guys excited to hear from? I mean, Bamboo-Headed Kim, being distorted, he could have a really cool voice. They picked up Don Quixote, Heathcliff, and Crayon one by one and loaded them onto the sleigh. With that, they left, closing the door behind them. Or Mersault punching Ong Do. Through it all, I couldn't do anything but watch. Yeah, that might be up there for something I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Don Quixote in Murder on the Warp Express is going to be cool. Right, looks like this is my time to shine. I'll rescue the three of them. No way. I should have listened when Ishmael offered to teach me self-defense. What do I do? But actually, what kind of weapon would Don Quixote, or not Don Quixote, Dante use? This harsh truth dawns on me every time we face total annihilation. The truth that, on my own, I am completely useless. If they were with us, I could at least bring them back. But none of the sinners are here with me. What good am I without them? It's a miracle that I managed to survive this far.
신기하긴 뭐가 신기해요. 정신 차려요.
Great, now I'm hearing things.
환청이 아니에요, 관리자님. 저희가 왔다고요.
갑자기 너네 셋이 사라졌다고 해서 난리도 아니었다고. 오랜만에 심심하진 않았지만.
Time Ripper with the multiple brains. Do you think they're all gonna sound different? Probably. I bolted up and looked toward the voice. There, I saw another door. And from it, the rest of the sinners appeared one by one. Oh, it's a Christmas miracle! Guys.
아이고, 덜 신선한 재료는 또 놓고 왔어. 네,
I like how they have to be standing on presents just to be over the cat box.
이 소동에 대한 질문은 나중으로 미루죠, 단테.
Small handgun would fit, not gonna lie. You know what? That would be a good weapon for Dante. Just give him a gun.
우선 전투 명령을.
If we're going by Dante Inferno, the video game, he could have a death sight.
저들의 공격은 우리의 투지를 깨뜨릴 수 없을 테니.
Oh, that would be sick. A flamethrower? Did you imagine it? Yeah, it's fueled by the top of his head. It just funneled through the flamethrower. They would miss all shots and cause Limbus company to bankrupt. If they end up taking away the gun, they're like, Dante, this just is not for you. Or he shoots his eye out. Oh, I guess he doesn't have eyes. There's a huge amount of bullets spent.
이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 텐데.
I mean, we're not giving him a machine gun.
추잡하네. 이번에 네 피분수?
생명 활동의 정지를 확인했다.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다. 어차피 이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까.
피날레를 시작하자.
이번 모험은 꽤 멋있는 마무리가 될 것 같네요. 아무것도 아닙니다.
피분수가 폭죽보다도 높이 솟아올랐어.
슈트가 실시.
Thanks, everyone. How did you find me?
뒷문으로 들어왔소.
버스 내부에서 관리자를 포함한 3명의 신호가 감지되지 않더군요.
But does Faust get an alert from that?
그 즉시 수감자 전원을 대동한 수색이 진행되었소.
쉬라고 보낸 지 몇 분이나 됐다고. 이러면 곤란해, 단테.
아무리 관리자님이라고 해도 이런 단독 행동은 큰 위험을 초래합니다. 주의해 주십시오.
I'm sorry. So how did you guys find us?
나의 추측이었소.
Yo, Detective Yi saying?
히스클리프 군은 시종일관 불안한 상태였지. 전후 상황을 고려하면 T사에 도착하기 전에 준비해야 할 것이 있는 것 같았소. 돈키호테 양은 이전 버스 경보가 있던 날 조금 늦게 뒷문으로 돌아왔소. 그리고 다음 날 나와 파우스트 양에게 도시에서 흔히 쓰이는 기호에 대한 설명이 묶인 책을 요구했소.
네, 파우스트가 몇 권 대여해 주었습니다.
You know, it is very uncanny how much Faust and Crayon look alike, though.
돈키호테 양은 내내 내 옆에서 그 책을 읽으며 흥분된 표정으로 책을 뒤적거렸어. 나의 컨디션이 좋지 않아 말을 걸지는 못했으나 코스프레, 복장, 주머니 등의 단어를 계속 중얼거렸지. 이상의 일들을 종합하면 돈키호테 양은 버스의 경보에서 뭔가 자신을 혹하게 하는 기호를 찾았고,
문의 위치는 파우스트가 알고 있었기 때문에 결과적으로 이 공간에 도착할 수 있었습니다.
문까지 가는 동안 복도에 있던 존재들과 전투를 치렀다.
그나마 조무래기들이니까 다행이었지. 그런 상황에서 수감자가 사망하기라도 한다면 영구적인 인원 손실을 발생시킬 수도 있습니다. 이해하셨나요? 관리자님이 없는 상황에서 일어나는 전투는 저희에게 지극히 위험합니다.
복도 어딘가에서 시체가 되어 영영 되살아나지 못할 수도 있었다.
관리자님의 단독 행동이 얼마나 큰 위험인지, 그리고 책임이 얼마나 중한지 숙지해 주시면 좋겠군요. 관리자님은 반드시 살아남아야만 합니다.
It's so creepy. Did she like whisper that?
관리자님의 단독 행동이요. 관리자님은 반드시 살아남아야만 합니다.
Yeah, that is an quieter tone. You must survive.
아시겠습니까?
Not so close. I've never seen Otis look at me like that. Her gaze was cold and ruthless.
이번엔 운이 좋았던 것입니다, 단테. 애초에 그 기회의 나열은 그런 식으로 때려 맞추듯 해석할 수 있는 것 또한 아니었고요.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say.
이 정도로 해두죠. 그보다
돈,
No Don Quixote?
그렇네요. 돈키호테, 히스클리프. 그 두 명은 어디로 간 거죠?
She doesn't even care about Heathcliff. Oh, that's Told them exactly as the events transpired.
잘도 살아있었네. 관리자 양반. 나까지 덧붙이기엔 충분히 들었을 거라 생각하고 덧붙이지 않겠어.
어이, 여기는 도시의 어느 구역이지? 이 추위를 봐서는 북부로라도 온 건가? 아니면
이곳은 도시가 아닙니다.
아니, 그게 무슨 말이야?
단어 그대로 해석하시면 됩니다. 저기 널브러져 있는 노움이라는 지성체들은 외곽에 사는 생명체.
She just knows. I kind of wonder if she's from the outskirts.
흔히 외곽의 괴물이라고 불리는 존재입니다.
아우, 호수에서 그렇게 질리도록 싸워놓고 또 괴물이야?
They weren't exactly like the whales, though. We could communicate with the gnomes. They were just like people, except smaller. Dante, you can't say that.
외곽의 다른 지역과 존재들이라니. 상황만 여유로웠다면 마음 놓고 탐구했겠네요. 그런데 이곳은 전반적으로 노움의 키에 맞춰서 설계된 구조물인 듯하군요.
Expected a bit more loud and military like usual, but she seems to be actually afraid of potentially dying. You like it? Like actually threatening? Yeah, she actually seemed pretty upset, mad about it too.
관리자님은 반드시 살아남아야만 합니다.
여기가 외곽이라면 왔던 길로 돌아갈 수 있는 거겠죠?
저희가 들어온 문이 닫히지만 않는다면요.
Yeah, I hope they stick to voicing all the Intervallos. Like as they release. Or maybe not stick to. I hope they do that in the future.
아직은 열려 있는 것 같다.
만약에 다치면요?
Like it's crazy how much the voices, the tones in which they say things matter to it. It adds more context.
뜻밖의 여정이 시작되겠죠. 외곽에서 도시까지 직접 돌아가야 할 테니 기나긴 여정이 되겠죠.
Isn't that a bit dangerous?
여기서 무슨 소리가 자꾸 나옴? 얼레?
여기 노다지가 걸어다니고 있음. 죄다 도구 챙겨서 튀어라오.
단테, 이쪽 뒤로 오시게.
The door slammed open, and gnomes began flooding into the room. We prepared ourselves for battle.
자세를 갖추고 저들을 맞이하세. 우리를 가로막는 저 시련을 해치고 끝나지 않는 모험을 향하여. 나의 대안은 정말 감동적이지 않을 수 없네.
합격점.
원더풀 선택이었어 나리. 적의 약점이 뻔.
But yeah, I don't recall if Project Moon has mentioned if future Intervallos are going to be voiced right away or not. I don't know. I've said it plenty of times before that I think they should be.
지긋지긋한 전투가 드디어 끝났네요. 더 먹어치워라. 괜찮은 공격입니다. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
실밥이 터졌나?
You feel it's unfair, very unfair when this interval is actually the most hated in Ezgu's survey, just because it's the first unvoiced one. Facing against story is fine, actually. That actually kind of surprises me. This is the most hated? You think what's happening with Project Moon is they go through a ton of rewriting, like up until
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다.
things actually release.
거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까.
So I think they get a little,
시작하자.
they like lose their confidence in writing and then having things voiced, and also trying to get all of that to be released on time. Which I mean, I don't know. I'm fine with waiting, to be honest.
사람이랑
It just feels incomplete without it being voiced.
역시 사람은 아니네요.
I think that's the biggest thing.
희한한 말투를 쓰는 것 빼곤 이 정도로 말이 통하는 괴물. 아니, 괴물이라고 말하는 게 맞을까요?
But I guess also to add some context, Project Moon was going through some stuff at the time too, so...
정의하기 나름입니다. 누군가는 괴물이라고 말할 테고, 누군가는 다른 종족이라고 하겠죠.
Appreciate your analyses, but we should probably get moving. Still don't know where Heathcliff and Don Quixote are.
역시 오늘도 맞는 말씀만을 하시는군요, 관리자님.
What a change up. You always say the right things at the right time.
외곽은 평소 우리의 작전을 진행하는 곳보다
How
위험도가
Otis.
높다. 관리자의 신변을 보호하기 위해서는 좀 더 체계적인 계획을.
뭐, 제일 쉬운 방법은 그 둘을 버리고 가는 거긴 하지만 그게 최선은 아니니까요.
Ishmael kicked open the door. The gnomes rushed in from.
가요. 관리자님도 지키고 그 둘도 구하면 되잖아요.
You know, we feel like Project Moon does have some financial problems post-drama, so you guess that's why. But since these reruns are voiced now, you think they're fine.
웃으면 안 돼. 아름다움을 잃지 않게. 그리고
이거 참 설레는구려.
Did they even take a financial hit during all that? I don't remember.
자, 동료들이여, 자세를 갖추고 저들을 맞이하세. 우리를 가로막는 저 시련을 해치우고 끝나지 않는 구호를 향하여.
I mean, I guess that they're dealing with the headache of getting lawyers and stuff involved too. That adds more context to it, but...
저들의 사기가 떨어질 것이 뻔하지. 돌격하세.
대가리 딱 떼게. 그대들은 낙마하지 않을 것이네. 피를 흘리고 숨이 가빠져와도
포기하게.
결국 우위를 점했기 때문이지.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요. 내 죄는 내가 알아서
신명 활동이
실밥이 터져.
이제야 완성되었나?
저기는 땅에 떨어졌네. 이제 우리를 누가 막겠는가?
You know, this year, all the updates happened like right on the holidays. Like even Thanksgiving, yeah, what update was that? It was like the day before, and I stayed up late. That was like a mirror dungeon thing, right? Yeah, I stayed up late, tired as hell for Thanksgiving. Hey, you know what? Worth it.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다. 널거진 잘라낸다. 이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까. 이제야 실력을 좀.
Recycling also takes a lot of time since it needs a lot of takes and whatnot. There's a channel that shows the untranslated voices, and there's a lot of unused ones.
내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
Yeah, Yeah, voice acting seems like a pretty tough thing to do.
마에스트로님이 어떤 평가를 내려주실지.
슈트가 실시.
어떤 상황이
If not wrong, you think that was the time when there were some problems with Leviathan's artist too?
못하겠습니다. 너무 유치하잖아요.
I think that was when she came out about the problems. They had happened like,
대가리 딱 떼고
what, like a year before? Or like a couple of years? Because Leviathan was being released,
어떤
what, after Ruina's release, which was
포기한 아, 이거 못하겠습니다.
a year and a half before Limbus. But she got contacted by. Nah, actually, I don't want to. I don't want to mess up in any details, so maybe I won't talk about it, just because I don't want to get any misinformation out there.
하지만 아직도 할 수 있으신 거 알고 있습니다.
Yeah, I don't feel like having that headache over the holidays. No thanks. Because you know I'm getting fucked up on New Year's.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요. 추잡하네.
Isn't it also during the time the artist tried to copyright Leviathan? No, that happened pretty recently. Around that time was when Wonderlab, the artist from Wonderlab, didn't want it associated with Project Moon, and they were like, okay. Yeah, the copyright thing happened pretty recently. Like in the last 6 months? I think that was over the summer. Which that seems crazy. I really don't think she's gonna win that because it's Project Moon's IP to begin with, and they did hire her and pay her for it, so yeah, that whole thing seems to be out of spite more than anything to me. Which is unfortunate.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다. 대가리 어차피 이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 텐데.
What effect from the blood fiends are making your game good at 20 FPS? Even on PC, or what are you using?
분수가 폭죽보다도 높이 솟아올랐어. 아니야.
For whom the gnomes pack?
이거 참 설레는구려.
나와서 보니까
Yeah, on PC.
여긴
공장 같구려. 선물을 만드는 것인가?
아, 이런 식으로 선물 자체를 만들어내는 공장도 있었나 보군요.
크리스마스 장식도 한가득이네요.
The Christmas pack on Mirror Dungeon 5 Hard is funny. Oh yeah, doesn't it appear on floor 4 and 5?
아직 크리스마스 때까지는 시간이 좀 남았는데.
Like usual with events. The cleric looked to the ground with a somber expression. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling.
괴물끼리 크리스마스 선물이라도 나누는 걸까요?
Oh wait, this dog. Isn't this an ego gift? What is this dog from? That looks so familiar. I think that's actually a specific ego gift. It is? What the hell? Yeah, I don't think that's something I realized the first time. Unless it was a new one.
그렇게 친절해 보이지는 않았는데 말이지.
도시 어딘가에 날개에서 외곽에 있는 공장에 하청을 맡겼을 가능성도 있다.
Ah, yes. Conveyor belt a lollipop. My favorite. That letter looks like the same one from Pocket Mirror. Man, that's uncanny. Wanted to say no chance, but the city and the wings that we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, there was a non-zero chance of that being the case.
어떤 상황이 닥쳐도 포기하지 마세나. 저들의 공격은 우리의 투지를 꿰뚫을 수 없을 테니.
Got a truck in the background. That's weird, an airplane. From Leviathan, we know that at least the people in the city don't really know what planes are. Wait, that's actually weird that this appears in the outskirts. Do you think there are planes in the outskirts? Oh, weird. Like an old-timey one too. Huh.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
합격장.
완전 프레스 선택이었어, 나리! 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
더 먹어치워라.
기회를 잡았네! 희청이는 저자를 꺾어놓기 전에 저들의 사기가 떨어질 것이 뻔하지! 가자! 아차! 추잡하네.
기도해라.
Yeah, just thinking about it, I'm curious how difficult
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다. 이제 해결사의
the Blade Lineage event rerun is gonna be with June. June but hard mode.
네 피가
감동적이지 않을 수 없네. 해결사 영웅기에
We can assume W Corp monopolized transportation like a diamond company in the last century.
그대들은 낙마하지 않을 것이네. 피를 흘리고 숨이 가빠져와도
Yeah, I guess that just brings into question the timeline for everything, because Garnett's the one that says that, and he's in what, like his early 20s in Leviathan? Assuming, I don't think it ever specifically mentions, but yeah, he says not even knowing what a plane is. So W Corp has to have been in business for quite a while then. I always wonder if questions like that will ever be answered, or if we're just left to speculate. After spending some time battling gnomes and trashing the gift factory, we soon realized that the gifts the conveyor belts were moving weren't your average gifts.
저건 발인가? 발이 그려져 있는 표지판은 왜 저기에 붙어 있는 거야?
Fine with the drawing of a foot? I know some people who would like that.
이쪽은 눈알이 그려져 있어.
An eyeball.
이 선물들의 성분은 통상적인 그 물체를 구성하는 재료들이 아닌 것으로 추측됩니다. 형태는 곰인형, 크레파스, 장난감 기차 따위지만 단백질과 인의 함유율이 유독 높습니다. 꼬마 전구나 장식 소품들은 그렇지 않은 걸 보아 이건 도시의 쓰레기들을 주워 걸어둔 것 같네요.
Waste expelled from the city. Like the library?
뻔하지. 사선.
사람으로 만든 선물.
뭐든지 사람을 갖고 해결하는 건 외곽이나 도시나 똑같네.
중요한 건 누구를 위한 선물인가겠지만요.
누가 이런 걸 받고 싶어 하겠어요.
모르지. 부자 놈들은 은근히 이런 변태 같은 취향을 가진 놈들이 있기 마련이거든.
Man, who would be the rich people in the outskirts?
그런데 말이죠. 사람으로 선물을 만드는 거라면 히스클리프 씨와 돈키호테 씨도 선물이 되는 건가요?
Yo, Don Quixote plushie. I do recall them saying something about locally produced materials.
한시가 급하겠구려.
선물이 미리 되지 않았다는 가정에서 그들이 있을 확률이 제일 높은 곳을 알 수 있다.
After a long silence, Mersault spoke up. He pointed in a direction.
저곳에 선물 제작소라는 간판이 붙어 있다.
피분수가 폭죽보다도 높이 솟아올랐어.
We turned into marketable plushies. Hey, you know what? Sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
제2 권속으로서의 품위도 잃지 않게 하자.
Oh, we can get the... Okay. You know what? I don't even care about the 1 week wait. We get gnomes! Oh, hell yes. Oh, this really does cut down a lot of the grinding that has to be done, huh? Damn, this is like 2K worth of stuff you don't have to grind out. Okay.
여기다 대고 말하면 돼? 안녕.
You Radia. Gnome Triome.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
You know what? Good rerun.
선물을 잔뜩 만들 수 있을 것 같음. 기쁘고 신나는 날이요.
Oh, they want to make toys out of their own people? That's sick.
대가리 딱 떼고.
Yes, the Railroad 3-pack that makes you fight 30 mermaids. How delightful.
기쁘고 신나는 날이요.
I still haven't gotten that one.
연장 솜씨가 현란하죠. 선물만 들고 독일 연습만 하는 거죠.
전열이 무너졌고
기적해 차려졌지 않나.
이제 끌고 가도 될 것 같음.
빨리 옮기시오.
Let's roll. What the hell? Are these guys like Transformers? Gnomes roll out.
합격장.
Man, I really like the outskirts. Seems like such a... It's just such an insane place, man.
실밥이 타졌나?
Turns people into singularities.
조금만 더 힘내라옹. 마좀 선물 받을 친구들을 떠올리시옴.
고통은 금방이지만 기쁨은 오래 갈 것이오.
May joy outlast the pain.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Uion Dawn just kills everything. We're using Manager Dawn. She's nuts.
뚫어주겠지. 완성되었나?
아직 찾았나? 기원을 갖추는 그대로
조금만 더 힘내라옹. 마좀 선물 받을 친구들을 떠올리시오.
고통은 금방이지만 기쁨은 오래 갈 것이오.
Yeah, that's such a disturbing way to justify turning people into presents and then giving them away as gifts. The joy outlasts the pain. Ugh. There's the foot.
피분수가 폭죽보다도 높이 솟아올랐어.
Give the Patriot a given shape.
아니야, 이렇게 크게 웃으면 안 돼.
책임을 나를 불렀나? 나를 불렀.
원하신다.
자, 해골 바가지랑 거미 카니발 타임.
Hey Ultra. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Hope you're doing well. I think I'm hearing some odd noise from in there.
비소인가? 꽤 고역의 의미군. 즐거운 일이 벌어지고 있다는 뜻이다.
비명 소리가 들리는데 웃을 일이냐고요?
익숙한 높낮이다. 이 정도의 데시벨은 돈키호테의 고함 소리와 일치한다.
What, Mersault? The decibel range of the screaming is an exact match with Don Quixote's.
잠깐. 아직 전투 구역의 위험 정도가 파악되지 않았다. 저 안은 폐쇄적인 공간인 것 같으니.
Are we sure Mersault's a human?
그대 히스클리프 군이 있었다면 이런 소리를 할 것 같소.
Don just did 12.7. Wait, what? 12.7k damage 3 times as much as Radia? Oh, you mean overall? Dude, I thought you meant one hit. I was about to ask, how the hell?
뭐지?
I think I know. Bloody frustrating. Quit whinging. Pick up your tools and get cracking.
제법 웃기네요.
Ishmael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. Meanwhile,
여긴 대체 뭐야? 나 왜 묶여 있는 건데?
미안하네. 우린 아무래도 망한 것 같네. 피시, 우리는 저기저 프레스 기계 속에서 장난감이 되어버릴 운명인 것이오.
in the Mirror Dungeons, Don Quixote just owns. The attack weight on skill 2 is crazy. And then, of course, anytime you get an empowered skill 3, like, that's just a nuke button. That's just a free rip space.
본인은 저 오뚜기 인형이 되어버리는 것 같네. 넘어져도 다시 일어나는
야! 이상한 소리 그만하고 이것 좀 어떻게 풀어봐!
히스클리프군, 정말 미안하네. 본인이 비록 붉은 주머니 코스프레 복장을 얻고 싶었던 마음이 아주 조금은 있었어. 나.
Wait, but the cosplay set would have been made out of human skin. Ew.
자네의 멋진 옷을 구해주려고 했던 것 또한 내 진심이었네.
Although I guess that is kind of common in the city, right? The carnival does that.
이 새끼, 내가 그럴 줄 알았어. 너 이따가
그래도 자네는 멋진 회중 시계라는 것이 되려는 모양이네.
Pocket watch Heathcliff. Only $19.99.
여기까지 와서 또 시계야.
저는 색연필이 되나봐요. 색도 24가지나 있대요.
24 vibrant natural colors. Order today.
살아있는 재료는 오랜만에 보는 것 같음.
근데 조금 귀가 아픈 것 같음. 귀에서 피 나는지 봐줄 수 있음? 저렇게 악을 쓰는 인간들로 만들어진 선물이어야 받는 놈들이 좋아 죽지 않겠음?
자, 그럼 손질을 시작해볼까?
히스클리프 씨, 돈키호테 씨, 다행이다. 아직 선물이 되지 않으셨네요.
꽤 코지한 분위기군.
어떻게?
We're here for you, Heathcliff.
시계 대가리.
Oh yeah, not Don Quixote though.
젠장이 이렇게 반가울 줄이야.
Looks like we got here in the nick of time. Heathcliff was about to be shoved into the gift-making hydraulic machine press.
자, 내 밧줄을 끊었어. 이리 내려오시게.
내가 말이지. 이런 말은 잘 안 하는 성격인데 시계가 되지 않게 해줘서
이 머저리들. 관리자님 하나 지키지 못하고 포로나 된 꼴이라니.
Yeah, you know, it is a bit shocking just how mad she is about this too.
취소할란다.
자, 빨리 정신 차려요. 관리자님, 이제 어떻게 하실 거죠?
Well, we've got to trash this place. Come on, get ready to wear your identities.
재료가 잔뜩 있음. 어디 있음?
저쪽에 있음. 도구 챙겼으면 달리라움.
Yeah, I like this announcer. This is a good one.
선물을 잔뜩 만들 수 있을 것 같음. 기쁘고 신나는 날이요.
꿰뚫려라.
연장 솜씨가 현란하죠. 선물 만들고 도구 연습만 하는 거죠.
속에서
조금만 더 힘내라오. 마중. 선물 받을 친구들을 떠올리는
고통은 금방이지만 기쁨은 오래 갈 것이오.
You know, I got my mom like an interchangeable like magnetic gnome set for Christmas. Dude, she really liked that. It's kind of funny. So whenever I'm getting like gifts for people, I usually look for it to be like either practical. So like my dad, I got him electronic hand warmers, which he said has been very useful. I actually gave it to him before, like at the beginning of December, because like there's no use in just waiting when you can make use out of it right away. But if I can't think of anything practical to get someone, then I kind of like to start making them collect things. So like for the next 5 years or so, I'll be getting my mom like gnome gifts. And before she knows it, she'll have a gnome collection. Dude, it's actually such a funny plan. Like to give things that are funny. Yeah, I like that stuff too. I can't remember if it was for Christmas. I got my one year I got my mom like a trapped spider in a box. So it has a lid on it that'll slide, right? But when you slide, it's attached to it in a way that like a fake spider pops out and like touches your finger. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh no, that was a birthday gift I got her actually. Oh man, she's had some fun times with that, scaring the hell out of my aunts. She's actually scared a lot of people with that. You see, that's the gift that keeps on giving, you know? After we defeated the horde of gnomes, Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling like I should be down there with them, but Otis tightly pulled me to the side. I feel bad for those two. Remember giving a capybara wood statue to your mom this year? Okay, so now you just start getting her capybaras for like every occasion until she has a collection. And yeah, I think that's just gonna be so funny.
도대체 어떻게 해야 그딴 정신머리가 생겨날 수 있는 거지? 관리자님께서는 너희로 인해 얼마나 많은 걱정을 했고 위험을 감수했는지 알기는 하나.
사실은 시계 대가리도 그렇게 하셨고.
시끄럽다. 관리자님의 이름을 그런 식으로 부르지 마라. 버릇없는 것.
잘못했어.
It's a pepper powder that the same guy was selling.
어릴 적 어머니에게 혼날 때와 흡사한 광경이군.
Result lore. Otis did not seem to slow down at all with their stern scoldings, and the pair fell completely silent, their heads hung low. I decided to wander away from the scene. This guilty conscience was too much for me to bear. Is Crayon doing okay?
네. 과도한 정신적 충격으로 잠시 기절했을 뿐이었습니다.
Yeah, see, look at them side by side. That really is uncanny. Like, I guess her eyes are a bit of a lighter blue. Her about size.
사람인 거죠? 여기는 정말 외곽인 거고.
Brenna initially appeared somewhat taken back from the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up.
역시 여러분은 도시의 사람들이시군요. 저는 외곽 북쪽에 있는 마을, 구름마을 사람이에요.
왜 거기는 저런 노움 같은 괴물들이 많은 건가? 사람 말도 막 하고?
What is Gregor? He sounds scared? What?
왜 거기는 저런?
No, whoops.
왜 거기는 저런 노움 같은 괴물들이 많은 건가? 사람 말도 막 하고?
Yeah, the like little pauses in there.
네, 노움만 있는 건 아니고 여러 괴물이 있어요. 제가 본 것도 있지만 마을 어른들이 이야기해준 것만 해도 엄청 많아요. 저희 마을은 그런 괴물들을 피해 만들어진 것 중 하나예요. 오늘도 평소 같다면 모두와 같이 마을에서 식사를 준비하고 있을 시간이었는데
갑자기 저들이 들이닥친 거군.
맞아요. 하필 사냥꾼들이 나가 있어서. 원래 괴물들이 올 시기가 아닌데 그래서 안전하다고 생각한 건데 갑자기 썰매를 타고 들이닥쳐서는 싸워보려 했지만 대부분 상대가 되지 않으셨고 많은 분이 돌아가셨어요. 그렇게 생긴 시체는 그 썰매의 주머니에 모조리 넣었던 거고요.
You know, looking around the assembly too, it looks like they got a ton of people. Like every machine was in operation and they still have more.
너무 무서워서 기절하고 말았는데 죽은 줄 알았는지 같이 주머니에 넣어지게 되었죠.
Wait, yeah, I wonder how many people actually live in the outskirts. Or if they put monsters, like other monsters in the outskirts in there too.
아, 이런 말하기 힘든 얘기까지 들어버렸네. 미안하군.
아니에요. 저도 질문해도 되나요?
응, 무엇이든.
도시에는 48가지 크레용 색깔이 있다는 게 정말인가요? 그 중에 금색이랑 은색도 있다는 것도?
48? Wait, how many did Crayon say she was gonna get turned into? It was 24, right?
아마도.
그리고 도시에는 사람들만 살고 있는 거죠? 이런 저희를 죽이려 드는 괴물 없이요.
Well,
그거 참 복잡한 질문이네.
what do you mean? Just say no.
높은 곳에 올라가서 가끔 바라봤거든요. 도시는 엄청 예쁜 불빛이 가득하구나 하고요. 제가 가진 색만으로는 칠할 수도 없이 엄청 반짝반짝하게요.
Even now, this hits so hard. Because it's sad. Hopeful to get into the city when it's not so different from the outskirts.
부러웠어요. 다들 괴물에게 언제 당할지 걱정 없이 이웃들과 행복하게 살 수 있을 테니까.
I mean, maybe you don't get attacked by monsters, but you suffer in different ways.
정말 도시에 와본 적이 없구나.
네?
거기서 거기, 여기나 저기나 죽음은 늘 가깝지.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up to say to a kid.
멋있어. 한 번 더 해주세요.
But cool, apparently. Huh? That was cool?
그리고 다른 사람은 근처에서 못 보셨나요?
Yo, Dante doesn't know what cool is.
여기서 사람을 본 적은 없는 것 같은데요.
그럴 리가. 분명 구하러 와주셨을 텐데.
어떤 분이신가요?
저희 구름 마을에 제일 가는 사냥꾼. 그분이 계셨다면 이번 습격도.
그 말로 유추해보자면 호수의 고래잡이들처럼 외곽에도 괴물을 전문적으로 잡는 사냥꾼이 있나보.
그런데 잠깐만. 사람들을 잡았다가 이런 선물을 만든다고 했잖아. 이 선물은 누구를 주려고 만드는 건데?
그야 당연히 가엾고 착하며 울지 않는 우리의 이웃들이지요.
Oh, his voice like echoes. I'm guessing off of his own belly.
관리자님, 뒤쪽으로.
I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us.
깜짝이야. 저건 또 뭐야?
Is Radia saluting it? Here she is.
이웃에게 선물을 나눠준 산타타입니다.
The guffawing giant, garbed in red, carried a massive gift sack on his shoulder. It was definitely not a human.
그래, 저놈이야. 저놈이 여기 대가리를 했어.
저 옷이네! 저 붉은 옷이 우리가 찾아 헤매다!
The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison.
저게 붉은 주머니라는 해결사의 옷이라고? 야, 그러면
설마 사슴맨 맞아?
닥쳐라. 또 쓰잘데기 없는 소리를.
After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice.
관리자님, 우선 지성체로 보여 대화를 해보긴 하겠지만 수가 틀어지면 여지없이 전투에 돌입할 수 있게 준비하는 것이 좋을 것 같습니다.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm curious if all the monsters in the outskirts are just humans that got turned into them.
이웃이라면 누구를 말하는 거죠? 도시에 있는 날개나 고객들?
도시에 아니 우리가 들어갈 수나 있나요?
저 덩어리도 노움인 거야? 노움들이 말하는 걸 들었네만 이곳의 대장은 노움이 아니라 수염 거인이라 부른다고 했어.
거인은 또 뭐야? 하, 진짜 별게 다 있구만.
단테, 저건 환상체는 아닌 거야?
No, that's not an abnormality or a distortion. I'd say it's closer to the whales.
당신들도 선물을 받고 싶은 건가요? 이미 모든 걸 다 가져놓고 외곽에 사는 우리 이웃들은 그날 손꼽아 기다린답니다. 인간으로 만들어진 선물을 받고 기쁨과 위안을 느낄 수 있는 유일한 날이니까요.
인간으로 장난감을 만들어서 인간에게 징후를 가진 자들에게 선물하는 것인가? 순수한 선의만으로
인간들에게 그런 내려지고 쫓겨난 모든 것들이 몸을 맞대어 부둥켜 사는 이곳에서 무한한 징후를 담아 언제나 정성스럽게 포장하고 있답니다. 허허허.
Infinite hatred.
협상 결렬이라는 말을 길게도 하는군.
차라리 누군가에게 기쁨이 될 수 있는 선물이 되는 편이 어떠십니까?
Joy to those who need it.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감.
Gift giving giants.
피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니
Yeah, they didn't even go up in level
마음껏 마셔.
throughout the Intervallo.
카니발 타임.
선물을 잔뜩 만들 수 있을 것 같음. 기쁘고 신나는 날이요.
떨거지면 잘라낸다.
Yeah, I don't know about calling this hard. I mean, maybe Santata will bring it back. This has been a walkthrough, really.
당장 손질하라옴.
He says he can't clash with a gnome.
조금만 더 힘내라오.
내가 어버이보다 뛰어.
선물 받을 친구들을 떠올리시오.
고통은 금방이지만 기쁨은 오래 갈 것이오.
고귀하게
무차 잠들어.
산소류 경혈 온 라샹.
연장 솜씨가 현란한 선물 만들고 도구 연습만 하는 것이오. 이제 끌고 가도 될 것 같오.
빨리빨리 옮기시오.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
따뜻한 내 죄는 내가 알아서
조금만 더 힘내라오. 마중 선물 받을 친구들을 떠올리시오.
고통은 금방이지만 기쁨은 오래 갈 것이오.
죄인인가?
경혈 시그시 피날레를 뚫리고 탑 기다려라.
방금 움찔했어.
찢어 발견. 찢어
It
놓아주마.
just twitched. Man, these guys are so creepy.
빨리빨리 옮기시오.
But did he never have an observation log? Yeah, just level 50. I kind of wish they leveled and stuff.
대가리 딱 대가. 다류 산소 경혈 발생. 갈라지도록.
I don't know. I think this has been a pretty successful rerun, though. Not really hard, but I don't know what else they could really do with it. They gave them 10 levels.
거둘 수 없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주지.
선물 포장을 그렇게 하면 어떡하오?
Shoddy packaging. That's what they call beating up their people or their materials.
어디 숨?
저쪽에 있음. 도구 챙겼으면 달리라옴.
죄인인가?
따뜻한
조금만 더 힘내라오. 친구들을 떠올리시오.
고통은 금방이지만 기쁨은 오래 갈 것이오.
This is funny. I don't even remember it having a charge mechanic. It's been so long.
다류산 소통열 80 갈라지도록 쏟아내.
인간은 제가 반드시
Yo, was that a bamboo-hatted Kim reference? He said it wrong. Sentada's gut suddenly began to expand.
너희 전부 고막아라.
Suddenly, a large figure leaped out of the dark and slammed what looked like a stake into Santada's gut.
이런 냄새는 처음 났어.
정신이
쓰레기가 붙는 듯한 향이구려.
Ew. Some sinners dropped to the floor, while the others gagged profusely. Clearly, this was a rather painful experience for all. Yeah, look at Dante without a nose. Man, I keep almost calling him Don Quixote.
유독성이 있는 가스는 아닌 것 같습니다. 단지 극한의 불쾌감을 불러일으키는 냄새가 날 뿐.
북쪽의 거인을 쓰러뜨렸지만 처리 방법도 모르는 걸 보니 도시에서 온 사냥꾼들인가?
Okay, now he sounds exactly what I'd expect him to.
처리 방법?
북쪽의 거인은 죽기 직전 몸에 가스를 가득 채운 후에 터뜨리면서 산성 폭발을 일으키어
The man who staked Santada's gut explained as he approached us.
이 가스가 산성 체계로 변하기 전에 배에 구멍을 뚫어 가스를 빼내야 하는 거지. 연쇄 반응이라도 일으키면 뒤처리가 곤란해지거든.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니 가릴 것 없이 마음껏 마셔. 그게 우리가 이룰 수 있는
이거 냄새 더럽게 안 빠지네. 저건 또 누구야?
The stench won't come off. Imagine he shows up to Wuthering Heights smelling like that. Oh, Domino, I forgot his name. Crayon, who'd been holding her breath with her fingers over her nostrils, ran up to the large man and hugged him.
너라도 무사했구나, 크레용. 다행이야.
After stumbling for a moment, due to the stench, most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino. Wait, what else would it be from?
신원을 밝혀라.
구름 마을의 괴물 사냥꾼 도미노여. 이제 구름 마을에는 나와 크레용만 남았으니 더 이상 마을이라 부를 수도 없겠군.
Wow, everyone got wiped out.
안심하시오. 자네들을 해칠 생각은 추호도 없으니.
아까 꼬마가 말했던 그 사냥꾼인가?
I just relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She leaned on a wall and looked to the floor in relief.
원래 이 시기에는 이놈들이 우리 마을로 오지 않고 북쪽의 다른 마을로 갔을 터.
I just realized... Is that supposed to be a rabbit with red eyes or like another ferret?
그래서 돕기 위해 떠난 것이었다만 이번엔 방식을 바꿨던 모양이군.
He's got his own Pablo.
돌아와 보니 이미 마을은 습격당했지. 젠장! 크리스마스 전 준비 기간을 항상 맞추던 놈들이라 다른 괴물보다 피하기 쉬웠는데.
이런 일이 빈번한 것인가?
도시는 몰라도 외곽은 늘 이 모양이요. 지옥같이 괴물 천지인 이곳에서 사람이 살아간다는 것 자체가 기적일 테고.
이런 선물 같지도 않은 것들을 만드는 곳도 많은 건가요?
이곳과 비슷한 걸 본 적은 없지만 하나는 확실히 말할 수 있지. 외곽에서의 다른 일들에 비하면 그저 귀여운 수준에 지나지 않는다고.
Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. Yeah, what do you think is worse than getting turned into a flesh gift? I don't like the sound of that.
도시였다면 이런 지옥보다는 나은 삶을 살 수 있지 않았을까? 제법 생각하곤 하지.
Well, even Dante ... There's no easy contemplation to answer. The outskirts must be a hellish place to live, if what he's told me is anything to go by, but the city they admire so much isn't such a warm place itself, from what I've seen in my journey so far at least.
그러다면 함께 도시로 가는 것은 어떤가? 우리는 어차피
Don Quixote stopped herself, realizing that every other sinner was giving her a look of disapproval.
말은 고맙군. 하지만 그렇게 간단한 말 한마디로 이 아이라도 도시로 데려갈 수만 있다면 참 좋겠는데 말이지. 도시는 결코 이 아이에게 작은 귀퉁이 하나도 내주지 않을 거야.
도시의 벽을 넘더라도 여러분들이 꿈꾸는 삶을 누리기까지 필요한 준비 서류와 절차만 해도 수십 가지일 것입니다.
서류라. 우리가 지금 와서 갖출 수 있는 서류가 어디 있기나 하겠나. 다른 마을의 청년들처럼 도시에서 일자리를 얻기 위해 공부를 해온 것도 아니고.
Yeah, I remember this being such a cool thing to learn about. The people in the outskirts can study to get into the city, but it's pretty tough.
아저씨.
There was an uncomfortable silence. Domino cleared his throat and continued.
그래도 감사를 표하지. 덕분에 이 아이 하나라도 구할 수 있었어.
제일 좋은 감사 방법이 있긴 한데 반짝거리고 짤랑 소리가 나는.
Yo, Radia's trying to extort money from this dude? Ardia's eyes were twinkling. The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make her point.
반짝거리고 짤랑. 내 집에 모아놓은 골동품들을 구경시켜 줄 수는 있는데 외곽 열차길에서 수집해온 진귀한 것들이니 도시에서도 아마 흔히 볼 수 있는 건 아닐 거요.
Locomotive tracks. But I don't. So, man, I remember asking this last time too. If this is what we see on the border of the city, the locomotive tracks, but it kind of looks like a train in motion, like some kind of defense thing.
외곽의 수집품이라면 확실히 돈보다 더 가치 있는 구경이 될 수도 있겠네요.
Faust, there's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right?
그렇습니다. 지금도 열려 있을지 불확실하죠. 제일 중요한 목표였던 두 수감자를 회수했으니 신속히 돌아가는 걸 권하고 싶네요.
So she says.
관리자님, 제가 감히 의견을 내자면 대호수가 아니더라도 외곽은 외곽. 단지 호기심 풀이를 하기 위해 있기는 너무 위험한 곳입니다.
What? Dude, I would love to know more about the outskirts. There's so many horrors out here.
급히 돌아가야만 하는 모양이군. 자, 이거라도 가져가시오.
Domino tossed a carved wooden doll in my direction.
위험한 것은 아닌 모양입니다. 우선 폐각이 급하니 자세한 것은 가서 확인해 보죠.
Yeah, good idea. Some sinners had passed out and had to be carried by others. Most could not stop gagging at the stench, but we still made our way back to the door.
아직 열려 있어.
We made it back to the safety of Mephistopheles. You know, Gregor didn't say anything there, so I think he passed out. Neither did Sinclair, so he's out. Sometime later.
구린 냄새. 카론 대피.
Stinky. Karan quickly made her escape to the decks. Uh-oh. And Virgil greeted us in the cabins with a terrifying gaze.
다들 아주 대단한 모험을 하고 온 모양이군. 피와 살점을 뒤집어 쓰고 지독한 냄새까지 붙여온 모양새라.
Dude, that inhale. Oh, this is...
관리자, 어차피 나는 네 목소리가 들리지도 않으니 끄덕거리든 목을 좌우로 젓든 내 말에 대답만 했으면 좋겠어. 물론 내가 원하는 방향이어야겠지만 묻고 싶은 건 단 한 가지다. 당신의 판단이었나?
I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. I might get reprimanded, or maybe he has worse things in mind for me, but he's gonna get stepped on. It was I who decided to go along with their plan. This would not have happened without my authorization.
좋아. 그렇다면 질의는 끝입니다.
Huh?
이 소라는 알아서 해결하고 휴식하도록 하시죠. 코가 썩어서 떨어질 것 같은 이 냄새도 환기하고. 그럼.
With that, Virgil disappeared into the back door once again. Huh, that's unexpected. I thought my time had finally come. Imagine if Virgil just presses the self-destruct button on Dante. He's like, nah, I've had enough.
잘된 건 아니겠는가? 면담이라는 건 맞지 않는 쪽이 항상 좋네.
Of course, Don Quixote would know.
그보다 모두 이것을 보게다.
I don't know when she had the time to pick it up in all that chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Mephistopheles.
그 난장판 속에서 또 뭘 집어온 거야?
Wait, but isn't that's all people?
그 못된 놈들이 전선으로 꾸며놓았던 장식들 말이오. 죄다 잡아 뜯어왔네.
그 집념 대단해.
What's all that for?
몰라서 묻는 것인가? 크리스마스 데코레이션이지.
Oh man, dude, Don Quixote's voice actor is so great.
몰라서 묻는 것인가? 크리스마스 데코레이션이지.
Gotta love her.
벌써요? 아직 크리스마스는 3개월은 넘게 남았는데.
괜히 누군가의 상처를 들쑤셔서 사기를 꺾는 행위는...
괜찮아요. 괜찮아지고 있어요. 조금씩.
Oh yeah, because of Sinclair's a horrifying Christmas, yeah.
다들 성장하는 법이니까요.
훌륭하오.
Yo, Christmas is supposed to be a happy time. Come on.
의미에서 오늘은 우리 모두 미리미리 파리를 즐겨보는 것이 어떤가?
Arte.
그런 걸 하려고 거기까지 간 건 아니겠죠?
단테의 설명대로라면 이 소란의 핵심은 히스클리프 씨의 의복을 얻기 위한 것으로 파악됩니다만.
Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat with his face buried in his palms, out of shame most likely.
그것도 맞지만 찾으려 했던 복장이 그 괴물 거인에게 있었으니 사이즈도 안 맞을 것 같고.
됐어. 어차피 내가 생각했던 종류의 옷은 아니었다고.
히스, 그러니까 육지에 가면 우리가 다 골라주고 해준다니까.
옷도 옷인데 그 뭐냐?
지나쳐온 헤어 쿠폰을 발행한 항구선을 말하는 것인가?
Yeah, he really wants his hair done up.
경로가 달라. 그건 사용할 수 있는 조건이 갖춰질 수 없었다.
머리는 제가 만져드릴게요. 누나나 동생들 머리를 해준 적이 많거든요.
여기에 얼마나 더 떠 있을 줄 알고. 그리고 난 애초에 뭐가 좋고 나쁜지도 모른단 말이야. 일단 시행착오를 겪고 수틀렸을 때 조금이라도 나은 방법을 찾아보려 했지.
Trial and error? Heathcliff, that's a terrible idea.
애초에 대체 뭘 받은 건데 이렇게 불안해하는 거야?
될 대로 되라지.
After a deep, heavy sigh, Heathcliff produced a letter?
그 전달받은 물건이라는 게 이거야?
아, 이 편지 봉투 저희도 썼던 적이 있어요. 굉장히 고급스러운 종이로 만드는 유통도 얼마 안 되는 종류였는데.
Okay, what do you think the paper is made out of? People? Why is it so expensive?
읽어봐도 되는 거야? 히스?
그래, 뭐 대단한 것이 있는 것도 아니고.
You know, there's this like subtle horror when you start thinking about the, I guess, just certain things in Project Moon's writing like that.
그럼 단테가 읽자. 대표니까.
Sure. Hardy handed me the letter. It was written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraphic perfection. I began reading. But he can read cursive? He didn't forget that. From Wuthering Heights. We cordially extend you, honored guest, an invitation to the blank. What's this here? Somebody colored over this part of the letter. Well, I'll keep reading. Venue, Wuthering Heights, T-Corp Nest. Wait, what was this supposed to be? It's not wedding, it's not funeral? Should you accept our invitation, please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th with this letter on your person. Please honor this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nellie. Oh, and down here is a postscript. It's written in a different handwriting from the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy. I had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of it being colored over, but clearly, the rest of the letter's contents had stoked the fire of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again.
그러니까
캐시라는 사람한테 잘 보여야 하니까 꽃단장을 해야 한다 그거지?
Okay, and so now, yeah, they're like teasing him.
없지는 않은데 그거 말고.
조용. 기다리기 힘들어하는 이유는 확실히 알아들었어. 히스?
Yeah, the voice acting really does just add so much more to it.
뭐야? 왜 그딴 눈가를 하고 다가오는 거야? 야!
복루 선생, 헤어스타일링은 맡길게요.
선생이라고 불릴 정도는 아니지만요.
야 잠깐. 어디로 끌고 가는 거야? 아이씨, 뭔 힘이? 예.
What is this grip?
로자 씨 손님이 꽤 세시더라고요. 빠져나오긴 힘들걸요.
Yo, Radia's the one who grips. The two sinners, practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms, disappeared into the back door. Now, Heathcliff's fate was sealed. To be a mannequin to a now motivated and unbearably bored Radia's various experimentations.
이 장식을 여기에 걸어놓으면
Don Quixote began humming a song, a carol perhaps, as she placed the various trinkets around the bus.
이 장식을 여기에 걸어놓으면
I don't know, can you guys make out what carol that's supposed to be or what kind of music that is? That doesn't sound familiar to me. Like, not even the ManchaLand song, I think. Maybe cut content? I decided to go out to the deck for some air. I leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The wooden doll Domino the Hunter gave me just as we hurriedly left. I held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked into the distance, toward where the outskirts lies. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the giant, and the things Domino told me. I suppose there are people with stories in the outskirts too. Stories different from those of the city. Faust approached from behind and stood next to me. I wasn't sure how much of what I said she heard.
별을 하나씩 따라가다 보면 언젠가 알게 될 겁니다, 단테.
Follow the stars, star by star.
그러니 우선은 지금 눈앞에 있는 별을 쫓으면 되겠죠.
Yeah. I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't even know who I really am after all. Dang, we missed that. That's cool too. The joyous laughter and frustrated howls echoed out of the cabins. They must have finished dressing up Heathcliff. Why don't we go take a look at how Heathcliff is doing, Faust?
거절하기 어려운 제안이네요.
The added color to the bus's interior warmed my heart a little. Hey, nice, we did it. It was pretty cool. I really like all the added context that the voice acting gives. Wait, so is hard mode only available for a limited time? I didn't notice this day thing. We get all the free stuff. 20 tickets? Nice. Save those for Walpurgis, which is, I think, the next update, right? Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Full stop to buy a bullet. I'm excited for that. Or is it the checkup event? I don't remember. One of the two. Yeah, cool stuff, man. I really enjoyed that. I think I'll end here. No Mirror Dungeon today. I am a little tired from all the holiday spirit. And we still have New Year's to go. So yeah, good stuff. Like I said, really liked it. I think my biggest gripe is I wish it was a little difficult. I don't think just raising the level is all that interesting, but Other than that, everything else really solid. So cool. We'll call it a stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your day and or night. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Hope everyone has a good one. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.